afternoon, my name is Amanda and welcome to the Done Creative. For today's pick-a-card reading, we are going to be figuring out what past life challenges and gifts have you brought into this life or into this incarnation. And if you're new to pick-a-card readings, I just ask that you close your eyes, take a couple of deep cleansing breaths to try to center your energy and focus in on piles number 1, 2, 3, and 4. And if more than one pile calls out to you, there may be messages in each pile for you. So once you've selected your pile or piles, you can go ahead and check the description box below for the timestamps, and I also try to pin them as the top comment. So without delaying this any further, let's give you a moment to meditate on the cards, and I will see you over at your reading. Alright, group number 1, let's go ahead and find out what past life challenges and gifts you have brought into this life. Alright, group number 1, so we're going to go ahead and read the card that you used to select your cover pile here. This kind of, I'm going to say this is a sunrise and there's some snow cover going on here. Okay, so let's go ahead and read it. It says, so what if it takes a long time? So what if it's already taken longer than you thought? So what if it will still take longer? The day will nevertheless arrive as it always does, when all your prior efforts, determination, and persistence will seem a paltry price indeed, as you are lifted irrevocably higher, as if by chariots of fire, into realms previously unimagined. And then you'll think to yourself, wow, that was fast. I can hear the music now, the universe. So what this is saying to me is that this lifetime gift or challenge is like a culmination of lots and lots of past lifetimes where you toiled and you worked and you tried and you failed and you succeeded and all these things happened. But this is going to be the lifetime you really start to reap the benefits and see rewards from your past actions, both good or bad, but I'm feeling mostly for the good. You guys have a lot of really beautiful cards here, and I just can't wait to tell you all about what I'm seeing. So right below the card you used to select your pile, we have the Krishna card, which is all about devotion. And it says here, trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. So this is telling me one of the gifts you brought into this life from previous incarnations, or even your life on the other side, is that hyperlink to spirit. You are always very connected. We all are very connected to spirit. It's just many of us have chosen to forget that fact. But you guys haven't forgotten that fact. You know you're connected. So even as a small child, I see you, maybe you did not grow up in a religious home, but you just knew there was some higher power that maybe you prayed to at night. Maybe you called that higher power God. Maybe you called that higher power something else. But you've always had this sense of being connected to something beyond. And that is a strong gift that you're really going to be utilizing in this life, because you realize that you are a fractal of that infinite source. So maybe some of you do pray to Krishna. Maybe that is the God that you've been praying to. Or maybe that is someone or an archetype you can look into to see what that means for you, because I feel like that might be a very important message for you as far as past life challenges or struggles that you had. Maybe in past lives you called on Krishna for help, and a gift that you have coming into this life is just that you have this commitment to making your connection to spirit even stronger. So then with this Ladybird card, it says accept happiness and good fortune. So one of the gifts that you guys brought, or one of the good things that's going to happen to you guys in this life, is that you will find joy in the little things, and that's not easy in today's society where everything is so fast-paced and it's on to the next, consume, consume, consume. A lot of people have trouble just being. If someone was told, hey, I need you to sit outside under this tree for 5 minutes without your phone, without your, a book, without whatever, a lot of people would start to get this anxiety building up in them. But I feel like you guys are the type of people who love to people watch. You love to just let your mind wander. You love to just kind of, meditate or watch clouds or just watch little bugs at play on leaves, whatever that means for you. But for some of you, maybe the ladybug or the ladybird, as it's called here on this card, is kind of a spirit guide or a spirit animal for you that maybe appears in your life a lot. Maybe you are just hanging out in your house doing something and you see a ladybug on your shoulder, something really random like that, where maybe it's a weird time of year even and you're seeing a ladybug or ladybug symbology, and you can even look up what the ladybug represents as a totem animal or a spirit animal. That might give you some additional guidance. So then we have the dove card. It says spread messages of peace and harmony. So a gift that you have in this incarnation is that you can spread that message of this is not all there is. Everything you're seeing and feeling and experiencing isn't the end all be all of, you know, what we would consider reality. You are spreading that message of love and joy and peace and letting people know there is a better way of operating than just within the ego, which kind of rules the day in the 3D realm. And you guys are here to say, hey, there's something bigger. There's a higher self that we all have, and we are all connected to source. And you may not come right out and say that, you know, in so many words, but just the way you live your life and, you know, the words you speak, that message is infused. Even if you're just saying, hey, I'd like fries and a number 7, whatever that is, your words are still infused with this message of peace and harmony and a better way of operating in the world. So then you have the Sodalite card here. It says socialize or join in. Make healthy and supportive new friendships and connections by getting involved with a group of like-minded people. And when I see the words like-minded people, I am hearing the words soul tribe. So it's like you know, decided before you incarnated into this lifetime that you would be meeting up with a lot of your pals from, you know, the spirit realm or your spirit family, or a lot of people you've had a lot of lifetimes with, and during this lifetime you're going to meet up with them. They may be your mother, they may be your friend, they may be your significant other, or you know, a grandmother. You're going to have a lot of people in your life that you've had in other lives, so they are very familiar to you. Even if you just meet a new friend at college, or, you know, as someone working with you at a job, you're going to feel this sense of, hey, I know you. Even though you don't know them in this life, it's from the past life. So one of the gifts that you have is being able to reconnect with, you know, like-minded people. But I feel this can go another way, to where, you know, you're connecting with people from past lives that maybe you still have some issues to work out, and you're going to be continuing that in this life. So it kind of goes both ways. So then we have the Smoky Quartz card. It says clearing negativity. Release negativity from within or around you. So one of the challenges that you guys have that is also actually also a gift is that you do maybe collect a lot, or, you know, maybe you want to help fix a lot of broken people, or a lot of broken people come to you for advice or for help or for counseling. Or, you know, there may be people just in line at the grocery store that want to tell you their life story, and it's very big empath vibes I'm getting from you guys. So yes, one of the challenges of this past life stuff that you're bringing in is being, you know, drawing in that negativity into you. But one of the gifts is, and one of the beautiful things is, that you can clear that negativity. You can transmute that negativity like an alchemist and release that negativity from within you, from around you, and from your community, from wherever it is that you go. You're like this walking transmuter. And also working with Smoky Quartz or Sodalite might be beneficial to you. Maybe you worked with those in past lives as well. And this is just coming through that these are two very great stones or crystals you can work with to level up your life, is really what I'm hearing. So then with this play card, it says have fun, celebrate, and don't be too serious. And going back to this first card where, you know, things just weren't moving fast enough. Maybe you spent many lifetimes trying to accomplish a goal. But this is saying, you know, you don't have to grind and be that serious as you had been in a lot of past lives. This is your lifetime to, you know, still accomplish things and still go after your dreams and still make things happen. But at the same time, you know, with this ladybird and accepting happiness and good fortune from around you, you're not taking everything so seriously. You're allowing yourself to have fun. You're celebrating the little things. You're doing that self-care and really taking care of yourself is really what I'm seeing. And especially if that's been hard for you in the past. Maybe you have been a workaholic or somebody who just gives all of your energy to other people, and it may be hard for you to carve out a minute or two for yourself. This is just saying, as your life goes on in this lifetime, you're gonna allow yourself more free time, more alone time, more self-care time even, and just time to have fun and celebrate with those like-minded people in your life. But I didn't really touch on the good fortune of, sorry about my phone there, you guys. I didn't really touch on the good fortune of this card. You know, ladybugs are typically a sign of good luck. So again, if you do see one on you, that's just letting you know, hey, there's a little bit of good luck and good fortune coming your way. So one of the gifts that you're bringing into this life could be that you somehow luck out when things may seem really dire and you don't know your way out of a situation, or, you know, how things are going to change. It's like this random little miracle will happen to give you the answer or to illuminate your path in some way to where you finally know, okay, this is the next step I need to take, or this is the decision that I need to make. And then you're very confident in that decision, and it actually leads you to prosperity or good fortune or good luck in some way. And then with this karmic relationships card, it says Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, and conflict. And it really does pair well with the socializer join in card with the sodalite here, because as I was saying, you know, you're attracting those soul tribes, but maybe also attracting past karmic relationships that are seeking some sort of resolution of past whatever from past lives. So you may have had a couple of, you know, I'm seeing them come in especially as more narcissistic people in your life. It could have been a parent, it could have been a close friend when you were a child. It could have been some sort of close family member, or even a significant other in your past. I see someone who had a very narcissistic or controlling boyfriend when they were in high school. That could be representing you closing out a cycle in that's been many lifetimes in the making, and you're over that now. But some others of you may have had negative relationship after negative relationship, and you're like, I'm never gonna find love because everybody just wants to drain all my energy, and it's just not a good look for me just being in relationships with all these people. But I feel that as you allow yourself to enjoy your life and not take things too seriously and just live your light, I hear live your light, the more you can live your light, you're gonna start attracting those more like-minded people. And especially if you're someone who's still single, and you're like not single and not even looking because you're so over it, it's like you living your light is going to put that beacon of light out and act as a signal to someone who's actually going to be really good for you. So if you're still someone holding out or hoping or wishing or maybe even giving up on love in a good way, just know it's still out there for you. And I do see you bringing it in, and those karmic relationships for most of you guys I feel like are a thing of the past, especially if you're as you head into maybe your 30s and your 40s and older. By the time you hit your mid-30s, I feel like all the karmic relationships that you needed to tie up and close out will be done, and you'll be ready to just anything from there on out will just be smooth sailing, more so than it had been in the past. But again, if you're someone on the younger side, maybe still in high school or in your early 20s, don't think, oh no, the next 15 to 20 years I still have to deal with karmic relationships. It's actually a good thing that you maybe know these things are coming, so that you don't fall into, especially if you are that empath and you're attracting narcissists, you don't fall into that empath narcissist loop where you stay in a relationship way longer than you know is healthy and that is good for you, because you can already see that coming in, to where some of you, I feel, on the younger side can really even curb a long distance, or a long distance, I meant long-term relationship with someone. Maybe that long distance was a Freudian slip where you're having a long distance relationship with a narcissist rather than having to live in the same house as them. I don't know, that could be relevant for somebody. So yes, I do feel that's all I'm seeing for your group, but you will have to let me know below if this resonated and if these are the challenges you're dealing with or the gifts you're dealing with in this life from past lives. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really truly do hope to see you back at the Done Creative. Alright, bye! Alright, group number 2, let's go ahead and find out what past life challenges or gifts you are bringing into this incarnation or this lifetime. Okay, you guys, so we're going to go ahead and start right here with the card you used to select your pile. And on the back here it says, $1 million is a lot, only when you don't have it. With 10 million, 1 million can practically be overlooked and is therefore much less intimidating. Pretend you have 10 million. To the bank, the universe. So this is a really beautiful card, and I feel like maybe you were drawn to this card specifically because of the beautiful babbling brook we have going on here, and maybe it just makes you feel very serene. But what this is telling me is that in past lifetimes, you may have had a lot less than you have in this lifetime, especially more recent incarnations where you really had to struggle to make ends meet. And in this lifetime, that struggle isn't quite as real, is really what I'm seeing. Not to say that some of you may not have had a really hard childhood where maybe you were living in poverty or your parents were living paycheck to paycheck. And even if you're someone who's still living in that kind of way, you are finding things around you that really fulfill you and make you feel very happy. So you feel richer than maybe your bank account would say you are. But for the most part, I feel like you guys will be able to sustain yourselves and make a nice income to take care of yourself, your family, and other people. So that is one of the gifts you are getting in this life by toiling away and working really hard in past lives, is that you will have more abundance to show for your hard work. So then with this Rada card, it says Soul Flame. Rediscover a lost part of yourself. Experience relationship harmony and healing. So I feel like many of you guys actually have the gift of being able to tap into your past lives, and maybe that's why you were so drawn to this specific reading. Maybe you searched in the YouTube search results past life pick a card reading, just to see if some of what you were getting in your dreams or your visions or a hypnosis was on point. So this is just going to be validation to you that yes, it was on point, it is on point. You have a really great ability of tapping into the Akashic records and the past, you know, past lives. I mean, time is a weird thing, and especially here in the 3D, we don't really see time as it is when we are beyond the veil or on the other side. Time is a very different thing on the other side than it is here. So you may be tapping into future lives, concurrent lives that are going on right now, or past lives. You know, again, time is weird, so just take that however that resonates. But this is a card about relationship harmony. So for some of you, if you had had some past relationships as a younger person in this incarnation that were a little hard, this is just letting you know that as you get older, you're going to be able to find someone who you can really be in harmony with, and you can help heal each other. And again, this person is going to be a past life love or a past life connection that is coming through to, you know, work together with you in this life, is really what it feels like. So then with this Rhinoceros card, it says be strong and courageous. So I think in many lifetimes past, you were too scared maybe to speak your truth, but this is, or you know, even persecuted for speaking your truth is really what I'm seeing for some of you. I see some of you being burned or hung as witches for your belief systems, or killed for your religious beliefs, or just your philosophies in life, and just maybe had lifetimes after that where you were just too afraid to say anything for fear of persecution. But this is letting you know you can be that strong and courageous person, just like the rhinoceros. You can stand firm and stand strong. And really what's being pointed out to me is, you know, rhinoceros have, it's a notorious problem with the rhinoceros that poachers, or, you know, trophy hunters of some sort, I don't know exactly what you'd call them if they don't actually kill the animal, but these people, these bad people, let's call them bad people, these bad people will go and cut the horn off the rhinoceros and then leave the rhinoceros. You'll see like pictures of the rhinoceros crying that it had, you know, this trauma of their horn being removed. But that just stood out to me, like that was you in the past life, you know, where you were the rhinoceros that had the horn removed. And there may be some like importance why I'm being pointed and shown that. So maybe you, oh, now here come the tingles, this first time in this in this whole reading so far. But there may be some significance where maybe you saw that on TV or a documentary and it really broke your heart and maybe really stuck with you. Or, you know, maybe in the near future you will see something like that and it will just remind you that that's not going to be you in this incarnation. You're going to be this fully formed, fully left alone, horn in place, horn intact rhinoceros going through your life. You are strong, you're courageous, you can ward off those bad people and keep them from stealing your light, from stealing your gifts. That is what you're biggest strength is in this life is just knowing you are safe, you are protected, you are guided to speak your truth and not be punished for doing so. And I do see Archangel Michael maybe working really closely with you guys. So if you know that or not, he is a guide that is working with you guys to protect you and to help you and guide you and make you feel strong and courageous. Right as I said that too, I saw this little guy that's like this tiny little guy standing up to a bully, and he's, you know, flexing his muscles like, ooh, I'm such a big tough guy. And Archangel Michael's standing behind him, and the bully sees Archangel Michael standing behind him. You know, this may be more energetically than in actual, you know, sight. But that bully is completely scared away, and the guy, the little puny guy with the muscles, is like, yeah, I showed him. But what the little guy didn't realize is that Archangel Michael had his back the whole time. That's, I see you. Not that you guys aren't strong in your own right, but it's like you're showing people, you know, energetically, people pick up on the protection and the strength and the courage that you have on your spirit team and in your aura, that they don't even want to mess with you because they don't want to get into that can of worms, is really what I'm seeing. So then with this hyena card, it says, dare to be different. And I think in past lives, especially with that fear of persecution, you guys really struggled to not stand out. You didn't want to call attention to yourselves, but this time is completely different. You guys may have been born with a really interesting facial feature, or really piercing, beautiful, different eyes is really what I'm seeing. And then also maybe like a hair texture, hair color, skin tone, just something that really makes you stand out from those in your family, from those in your community. You stand out from a crowd, you know, whether you want stand out from a crowd, you stand out in a crowd, whether you want to or not, but it's in a really beautiful way. It's just to let you know and to remind you, just like that rhinoceros, you know, be proud, be strong, be courageous in who you are, and let that light shine, because there is this beautiful ball of light right here on this hyena. And then here we have the Kyanite card, and it says, make time for self-care. Taking care of yourself is essential right now. So I think this is going to be a balancing act, because you do have that harmony, relationship harmony card here with this Rata card, that you're going to be balancing how you take care of yourself, how you take care of others. It's going to be a balancing act, and that may be one of the challenges in this lifetime, is balancing how much time you spend with yourself or on your self-improvement, on your self-care, and how much you spend time on other people and doing things for other people. It's going to be, you know, that it's very Libra energy. Balancing out those scales is really what I'm seeing. But taking care of yourself is going to be very important in this life, and making sure you stay healthy so you can complete the mission that you're on. And then with this Aqua Aura card, it says healthy communication in relationships. Heart-to-heart discussions and clear, assertive communication help you understand and be understood. So one of the gifts you're coming into this life with from a past life or past lives is that beautiful gift of communication. You can communicate what you're feeling to your partner, to your mother, to your child, to whoever it is you're needing to communicate to. And really what's standing out to me is some of you may be writers or vloggers or bloggers or some sort of motivational speaker, counselors, you know, whatever it is. It has to do with communication and getting your truth out there and listening to other people's truths and knowing that that is, you know, fine and valid and beautiful. And being understood and helping other people feel understood as well is one of your gifts from past lives. So then here we have surrender to the sweetness with Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. And it's funny because I was just talking about that Libra, and Venus rules the sign of Libra. It also rules the sign of Taurus. So wherever those two signs will fall in your chart, for instance, my Libra is my ascendant or my first house, and my Taurus is my 8th house. So those two houses are, you know, very ruled with that Venusian energy. So wherever Venus falls in your chart is going to be very important. And then whatever houses, you know, I said Libra and Taurus has in your chart or rules in your chart are going to be very important to help you discover where you can find pleasure in life, where you can find joy, where you can just really feel everything life has to offer in such a good way. It's going to really benefit you. And, you know, if you really want to go out on a limb, maybe you even had a past life on Venus, because Venus is popping into your reading. Who knows? It could be Venusians are very beautiful type of starseed. So if you don't know anything about that, you can look into that. Then we have the Sisterhood of the Rose card. It says beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. So yes, that is really standing out with this also communication, spiritual communication, having this link to the other side. You brought this gift with you into this lifetime, and you know, beauty and devotion really reminds me again of that Venus energy, just feeling very beautiful. Maybe you work, and then Radha, there is I'm just being reminded, there is a company called Radha Beauty. So I don't know if you guys have ties to the beauty industry. Maybe you really like makeup and skincare and hair care, and maybe that's that dare to be different, just wearing a lot of cool makeup and trying new things with makeup, and those Venusian or Venus things in life, you know, hair and makeup and beauty may be very important to you. And one of your gifts in this life is you yourself are very beautiful inside and out, but it's just something people notice, especially on the outside. And I think maybe as a challenge that's coming in from past life is maybe you're wondering, you know, are they only, you know, taking me seriously because of my beauty or how I look, and not how I'm actually functioning from the inside? So that might be kind of a weird balancing act you have to do. Are people, you know, just drawn to me because I'm beautiful, or because they really resonate with me? And I'm just gonna say right now, it's both, but it's mostly that inner beauty that is shining out into the outer part of the energy. You know, like I was saying with that Archangel Michael, you know, your aura just expands so much that people just are drawn into you. So that is one of your gifts from a previous life, or challenges from a previous life, if you don't want to have a lot of people in your environment. But with the mystic and teacher part of this card, absolutely, you guys are my spiritual teachers, my mystics, my mediums, my other tarot readers, whatever. You guys are very tied to 8th house things, things that are hidden, occult, mysticism, hidden knowledge, hidden history. You guys are all about all of that. And even true crime, I see. And that's come up quite a few times in a couple of my recent readings. So maybe you guys have gotten that in a couple of my past recent readings where I talk about you guys being really attracted to true crime. But it's because you guys, it's like you guys can see the outcome of what actually went down. Even if it looks different, like, okay, this person was charged and this is what happened in this case. Maybe you're like, well, that doesn't resonate. That doesn't seem right. I think this happened instead, but they're just saying this happened. Or maybe there's an unsolved case and you just somehow intuitively know who did it or what happened. Maybe you can't picture, like if it's a killer, maybe you can't picture the killer's face, but you can picture how they did it and what they did, you know, something like that is really standing out to me. But you guys also are teachers. You want to teach people better ways of living, better ways of operating in this world. So yes, that is really all that's standing out to me. But you guys will have to let me know below if this resonated and what you thought about it. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really truly do hope to see you back at the Den Creative. All right, bye. All right, group number 3, let's go ahead and find out what past life challenges and gifts you have brought with you into this life. Okay, you guys, so the first thing that's really standing out to me before I read your cover card here is the fact you have the Gaia card, Earth Connection. So you guys, this is not your first rodeo here on Earth. You may be a starseed from another galaxy, another planetary system, but that does not mean that you have not had incarnations here, because you absolutely have. I see some of you being as far back as Lemuria or Atlantis, or even earlier civilizations than that. You guys took and take very much care into knowing that Earth is being taken care of, and that's why you guys keep coming back for more, so to speak. So let's go ahead and read the back of the card you used to select your cover here. So it says here, you wondering how would be as silly as me wondering why. I don't, and neither should you. I mean, let's not be that crazy, the universe. So what this is saying to me is all about manifestations. And a lot of times when we're trying to manifest something in our lives, we're so focused on, well, how is this going to happen? How is this going to come to fruition? And this is just saying, you know, as the universe saying, you asking how is as silly as me asking why. why do you want this thing to manifest in your life? And so this is basically saying one of the, either you could take this as a gift or a challenge, but just to say that you don't have to worry about the how of how your manifestation is going to come to fruition. Just that you know what you want and you put that signal out there, and you hold gratitude for what you do have. That is what you need to do. That is your role. Let the universe, let God, let your angels worry about how life is going to happen or how specific situations are going to play out. And you just worry about what you want, focusing, and you're putting your intent into what you want and having gratitude. That's your job. That's really what's standing out to me. But then going back down to this Gaia Earth Connection card, it says, be mindful of the planet, come back to Earth, stay grounded, which you did. You came back to Earth in this incarnation, and one of the biggest pieces of advice that is standing out and that was just said is stay grounded. You guys staying grounded to the Earth year-round is key to helping you maneuver and operate in this world, especially if you're watching this at the time of my posting. In 2020, the ish has hitteth the fan. There has been a lot going on that we never would have expected. Even someone who's, considered woke or in the awakening community, we never thought that we would know the truth of some of the stuff that has been happening or coming out lately. And you guys are no exception. It's like you know in your heart things are changing with this earth and with this world, and that's a big part of why you're here at this time of this great shift, this great awakening. And I almost see you as being here since the incubation or the infant stage of Earth, and you're seeing it go back to that 5D Earth that it was meant to be to begin with. And you guys are really excited, and if not a little bit wary at times of being here, but your soul is very excited to be here at this time. But staying grounded is going to be both challenging for you and a major gift if you can keep yourself connected to the earth. And grounding you can do many ways, by putting your bare feet on the ground. Taking salt baths is a really great way. Just envisioning and meditating that you have roots growing through your feet down into the earth will help ground you. Carrying grounding stones such as shungite, black obsidian, carnelian. Those are 3 really great ways to ground yourself. 3 really great stones to help ground yourself. And then also one thing that I've recently started doing since my birthday in April was to sleep with a grounding sheet or a grounding mat on my bed, where I am connected to the earth as long as my skin is touching that bed sheet, and it is a glorious thing. My sleep has improved so much, and I have more vivid dreams, and I feel like life is better just being able to be grounded. The 7 to 8 hours a night that I am sleeping has really benefited me in ways I can't even express. So that might be something you guys want to look into yourselves. But you guys are here at this time, in this lifetime, to really see the fruits of your past labors here in different lives on earth pay off. Because you have the wolf card. It says, be independent, but work together. So it's like you incarnated as this independent fractal of the source, doing your mission. But that doesn't mean you have to go it alone. Just like if you were an alpha wolf, just out, being on your own, that doesn't mean you can't find the pack or the tribe that you want to be with and operate with and commune with to make your role on this earth even better and more amplified. Because when you can pair your energy with like-minded people, it amplifies that energy even more. It's like it acts almost as a clear quartz. It like amplifies the energy. So clear quartz might actually be something, because it just popped into my head, that you want to carry with you to help amplify your beautiful energy out into this world. But then it says whale, live as a fully conscious being. And what I'm really thinking about this is when we think of the whale, that is the keeper of the knowledge of the ocean, and then the elephant is the keeper of the knowledge of the earth. So you have a very ancient ties to earth, and maybe even had lived life as some sort of aquatic mermaid even, or even a whale, a dolphin, some sort of creature we don't even know about in today's life, in today's times, that may have been extinct or we still haven't discovered, something like that. But there is some sort of spiral going on here with that. I'm feeling it's like that sonar sound that the whale would make. The sound that you amplify out with your voice is very healing, very soothing to people. And just you being here is healing the earth, is healing other people. Just you being you, just you out grocery shopping for the week's groceries is helping heal the earth. That's how magical you guys are and how dedicated you guys are to helping this earth. But living as a fully conscious being, awakening, spiritually awakening, facing your inner demons, your shadow side, is going to be something of a challenge for you guys, but it's also going to be very important in helping you guys get to the next level to where you can really shine that light uninhibited by your past traumas, your past wounds, especially those of you that have had multiple lifetimes here on earth, where you remember the traumas of those lifetimes, where you may have been persecuted, much like I think it was group 2, and you may have some soul memory of being persecuted, but just knowing that your mission is held firm this lifetime and you're not gonna get a red light anywhere. It's just green lights from here on out to fulfill your earth mission. Just knowing that and carrying that with you is really going to help you operate from that sense of oneness, of completedness from your soul, is really going to help you in this life. So then with this amber card, it says, give it to God. Take a deep breath and on the exhale, release the situation to God for healing and answers. So I feel like you guys are my prayer warriors. You guys are the ones who are constantly talking to God, constantly talking to crossed over loved ones, your guides, your angels, people or, you know, souls on the other side that you have a strong bond or connection with, and that connection will never go away. It will only increase the more attention and communication you give to that connection. And I don't know if you commune with nature spirits, the earth herself, whoever it is you commune with, you see them as a piece of God, a fractal of God. You know, I'm reminded of the word namaste. The divine in me bows to the divine in you, or notices the divine in you. And that's how you live your life. You see the beauty and the God within everyone. And that is such a gift, because most people see other people as a threat or someone to be feared or someone who's in competition. But I see, you know, not that you guys are completely realized enlightened beings by any means. No one is really. But you guys still kind of default to more of that. I see the divine within you. I see that you're angry, but I still know that you have a soul and that you are acting out of pain and you're not acting from your heart. And that's why we're having this confrontation. So not to say that you've always known that, or maybe that's still something you're actually, you know, self-actualization and realizing about yourself and others. But as you grow older and as you evolve in this lifetime, you will notice that and live that way more and more. Then with the Emerald card, it says ceremonies and celebrations. It's a time of important life passages such as weddings, birthdays, graduations, or anniversaries. So what this is saying to me is there is a lot to be celebrated in this life. Whether it is the, you know, more mundane celebrations like weddings, birthdays, graduations, anniversaries, not that those are mundane, but, you know, those are just the things that we know to celebrate. I feel like you guys make some sort of ritual or celebration around the different moon cycles, around the solstice and the equinoxes. You guys make even a mundane day like a party or like a celebration. You guys are celebrating the little things in life and the big things in life as well. And that is such a gift. Pairing that up with give it to God, it's like you don't take life too seriously. And I think that we had touched on that in group number 1. But it's a very beautiful way of operating. Then with this jump in card, it says Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change. So you guys may be, of all the piles, the ones who can more go with the flow, because you've lived so many different lifetimes. You realize that the only thing constant is change. So even if you're reluctant to make a specific change, even if you're excited to make a specific change, you still almost, like this person just diving headfirst right into it. And I'm seeing that as the eye as well, that that pool that they're diving into, they're diving right into the iris of that eye. It's really beautiful. And I just see it's like you are jumping right in. It's like you volunteered to come back to Earth again. You jumped right in. You didn't hesitate. You're like, yes, I'm going to see my mission through. I'm going to see this earth evolve and help in any way I can. And you know, with this on Andromedan energy, maybe you yourself were an Andromedan that had really started helping seed life here on Gaia, on the earth, and that's why you feel such an attachment and want to keep coming back, is because you feel maybe in some ways responsible, but maybe not responsible, but like just that you need to help because you helped begin something here on this planet and you want to see it through, is really what I'm seeing. So then with Answer the Call, it says, what is your soul calling you to do? And you guys, with living your life as a fully conscious being and being independent but working together, you guys, spiritual awakening is the name of the game for you guys. I think from either an early age you just were born awake and you continue to be awake, or you were born awake, kind of shut those things down, tried to see your way in the world, and then reawakened those gifts later on. Or if you're just awakening them now for the first time, it's like you're answering the call to do what you came here to do, to help this earth ascend from the 3rd dimension to the 5th dimension. And if you want to put that in simpler terms, from lower consciousness to higher consciousness is really what I'm seeing. And you guys have answered the call. You have said yes. You probably weren't even asked. You probably just said, yeah, I'm going. I'm jumping right in. I'll be on earth. I'm going to help in any way I can. And that's a very beautiful thing. You guys have such beautiful, big, open hearts and beautiful souls to even want to decide to be here at this time. It is a very exciting time here on earth, but it is also a very challenging time. But you guys are very up for the challenge. So I just wanted to say thank you for incarnating and doing what you're here to do and accepting your past life challenges and gifts to help you do it. So I really do hope this resonated for you guys, and I'm so sorry about my dog. He's barking at something downstairs, so I do apologize for that. But as always, you guys will have to let me know below what you thought and if this resonated. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really truly do hope to see you back at the Den Creative. Alright, bye! Alright, group number 4, let's go ahead and find out what your past life challenges and gifts are in this lifetime. Okay, you guys, so we're just going to go ahead and start right here with this card you use to select your pile. You have the beautiful beach scene here, maybe sunrise or sunset, depending on what side of the earth this is on. Okay, so it says here, you want what you want because you know it's possible. If it wasn't, you wouldn't. This is powerful. Embrace it. For whatever else you believe or don't believe, this belief alone can take you the distance. So what this is saying to me is the fact that you have a dream in your heart, whatever it is, how materialistic it is, how spiritual it is, how whatever it is, just the fact that you have that dream in your heart tells you that it is something your soul is calling for you to do. So whether that is to become a well-known singer, writer, dancer, artist, speaker, YouTuber, whatever it is, something in those along those lines, or to have a beautiful family, or to own a specific kind of car, you know, whatever these things are, these dreams are that you have, just know they're in your mind, they're in your heart, they're in your soul for a reason. And you shouldn't decide that, well, I don't deserve that, or that's not very practical. This is saying go after your dreams. This is absolutely the lifetime that dreams will come true for you in many capacities, both with relationships and in the material realm. Relationships of all kinds, not just a significant other, but friendships, parent-child relationships, and things like that are really standing out to me. So then with this Shekinah card, it says, Sacred Self, unleash your spirit, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. So this is saying those dreams that you have are there for a reason, and when you can fulfill those dreams or go after those dreams, you are living your light, you are living your purpose, you are, you know, expressing your gifts in the world by living your dreams. That is helping other people realize they can do the same. And that ripple effect of energy that you send out is going to help other people realize this. And it's a really beautiful thing. Because with this Sacred Self card, I'm also drawn to the fact that she's got this moon here on her forehead. And these gifts that they're talking about in this card, I feel many of you came into this world or into this incarnation with spiritual gifts from the other side and from past lives. So you may have been mystics in past lives, or you know, some sort of seer in a past life, or someone who was just very, I'm getting tingles now as I say this, so someone who was very gifted, very tapped in. And in certain lifetimes, maybe you had to hide these gifts for fear of, you know, being killed for what you could do or what you knew that you maybe shouldn't have known on a more 3D or mundane level. But this is not the lifetime to play small and keep it all quiet and bottled up. This is the lifetime to let it shine, to let it out. And that's been kind of the theme with all of these piles, is this is not the lifetime to play small and live and dull your light. This is the time to shine and just give it all you got, for all of you guys, and you guys are no exception. So then here it says with the Badger card, bring your life into balance. So this is just saying for you guys, and I think it was group number 1, possibly group 2, where Libra energy or balancing act was a really big theme within their reading. And I feel it's much the same with you, is balancing on self-care, your sacred self, who you are, and then your relationship to other people. I mean, it's going to be a balancing act. Finding like-minded people, letting what people you know need to go out of your life, letting them go. This is all going to be a balancing act for you guys. And also balancing work and life, you know, just your personal life and your work life are going to be really hard, because I feel like you guys, once you have a passion, once you have a drive and a desire to go after a dream or to make something happen, maybe starting a business and really seeing that business take off to heights you didn't imagine, that's going to require a lot of your energy, a lot of your time, a lot of your effort. And of course, when a lot of us are grinding and going after something, that kind of puts out of balance other areas of life. So a challenge for you guys is just going to be to make sure you're not letting anything slip through the cracks, and just making sure you're balancing things, and also still taking care of yourself in relation of, especially when you're going after your dreams. When people are really grinding and trying to, you know, meet deadlines and get things done, a lot of times our self-care is about the first thing to go out the window. So that's just saying that might be a challenge for you guys to really make sure you're doing that self-care and really allowing yourself to be taken care of, and let others take care of you as well as you are taking care of others. So then with the Donkey card, it says keep your heart open no matter what. So many of you guys in your past lives, and also in the past within this life, maybe have had people break your heart, both parents, significant others, friends, other family members, people that you worked with. Maybe people had broken your heart, so maybe you kind of put walls around your heart and just didn't want to be hurt anymore. And it was just easier to go through life without having to worry how what you were doing was affecting other people, because you just didn't want to get hurt again. But this is saying this is the lifetime to keep that heart wide open, to really work on your heart chakra and allow it to expand and be open. Because yes, you may get hurt in love, you may get hurt in life, but that doesn't mean you aren't lovable, that you aren't worthy of love. It just may have not worked out because it wasn't of the right vibe or the right resonance for you. And that might have actually been a challenge that was brought from a past life. Other past life energies and people and spirits that are coming into this life to help, you know, tie up old loose ends from other lives, or to, you know, you want to call it karma or whatever you want. But just keeping your heart open, and even your mind open, keeping a very open mind, because I think many of you, especially if you're under age 30, I feel like many of you guys, when you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, you're going to look back to where you are right now and be like, wow, my life was so different then, because keeping that open mind is really going to help you expand your horizons, expand your dreams beyond what you even think is possible in this moment. So even if you yourself are already in your 60s, it's like I just heard, the rest of your life is the best of your life. Your potential for growth, your potential for making your dreams a reality, making your dreams come true is huge, and it's just going to get bigger and better as the years go by and as you get older and attain more wisdom and tap more into your past life gifts to bring them out and up to the surface in this life. So then with this Unakite card, it says answered prayers. All your great work has opened the door for divine solutions and support. So as I was saying, all that hard work you were putting in past lives, and, you know, really, I see someone who in a past life, and I think this is going to resonate for all of you, in a past life you had worked so hard on something, and then whatever hard work you had put into something, it's like someone swooped in at the last minute and completely took credit for it. That could have happened to you in this lifetime, and I know that it's happened in your past lives, because it's like a recurring theme with you guys that, you know, your hard work will be, you know, interceded by someone else, and they will take credit and get all the rewards of your hard work. But that's not going to be the case in this lifetime. Even if it had happened to you in the past, think back to whatever that may have been for you, if that resonates in this lifetime. If you can't think of anything, that could just be past life stuff coming in, so you don't have to try to pinpoint something. But if you can point to something right in this moment, think back to what it was that happened, who was involved, where you had to go from there. Maybe you had to start over on something and go a different direction or a new way. But then think of how that redirection or that roadblock that this person put by taking credit for something you did, how that put you on a different trajectory or a different path. It actually worked out in your favor if you can look back on it. Maybe you can't quite see it yet, but I think many of you can look back on that thing and be like, oh wow, it's probably a good thing that, you know, at that turning point I decided to do something different, because I wouldn't be with the person I love now, or I wouldn't live in this town now, or I wouldn't, you know, fill in the blank here. It's going to be different for each of you, but it's like sometimes these things were thwarted to be an answered prayer, to a prayer you didn't even realize you were praying about. So I hope that makes sense. But there are divine solutions, and doors are being opened for you guys that may, you know, it may look like, you know, things are really moving on this dream you have, and then a door gets slammed in your face. Just know anytime that happens, it means that that path has run out for you, but there's something better, something greater that your soul knows about. Maybe you don't know about it on a conscious level, but that's going to be, that closed door is going to redirect you to green light, green light, green light, open door, go. Like, that's what I see for you guys. And all this green heart chakra and green lights, I see like you have the green light. So if there is a dream that you're thinking about, maybe you had started, put it on the back burner, thinking about picking it back up again. I see maybe for someone that may have been a book you were writing, or some sort of creative project or business idea that you're like, yeah, I should start this, and you kind of got the ball rolling on it, and then you're like, wait, I should probably, you know, save for a couple years before I really dive into this. You know, I think that's for a couple specific people. But whatever this back burner thing is, I think it's time to let it see the light of day again. This to me is a sunrise, not a sunset. So whatever this is, this dream, this desire, this wish that you have, just know that it's at the beginning stages for most of you, and it's time to let it see the light of day. It's just what I keep hearing in my head. So then with this amethyst card, it says, revealing your true self. As you allow others to know the real you, you'll feel love for who you truly are. And I think that pairs absolutely beautifully with this sacred self. Living more of your higher self rather than from your ego is going to be key for you guys in this lifetime. And as you get older, as I was saying, the rest of your life is going to be the best of your life. You're going to allow more of your higher self to step into the driver's seat and more of the ego to set aside to the passenger. And I like to say that we don't want to kill our ego. Our ego is actually serving us, but a lot of times we're serving our ego at this point in this 3D realm. So if you can actually have your ego be serving you in that passenger seat, maybe they're holding the GPS and letting you know the next turn rather than, you know, you letting it drive and take you all over creation before you get to your destination. I just see that higher self stepping more and more into the driver's seat, and then allowing that ego to be a passenger rather than the one in control of the vehicle. I hope that makes sense. So then we have trust the timing. Trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. And I think for most of you guys, this is going back to that original dream you had. Any dream in your heart that maybe, especially those of you who put it on the back burner or just maybe thought from a young age, well, that'd be great, but that's not ever going to happen, so I'm not even going to bother. Revive that dream. You know, rescue it from the drawer. Rescue it from the depths of your closet. Whatever this dream is, it is meant to shine. It is meant to happen. And time is not running out. So even, like I said, if you're in your 60s and you had a dream to become a writer or, you know, a singer or whatever it is, it's that dream that's in your heart. Just know it's still there for a reason. And maybe you've really quashed it down and you can't quite feel it, but maybe just a tiny pulse of that heartbeat of that dream. Allow it, you know, put some energy toward it and allow it to kind of come to the surface and see if that's something you really want. But I think for most of you, this is a dream that's very close to the surface, if not in your face all the time, because it keeps bothering you to make this dream a reality, and you're like, well, I can't because I gotta pay bills and I gotta do this and I gotta do that. Allow this dream to take up more residence in your life just to see what happens, because trust the wave that you came in on. I think that's beautiful. Trusting divine timing, trusting the timing of things. If one door closes, just know the timing may not be right for that next door to quite open yet, and there's this limbo period for some of you before knowing what to happen next, or maybe you're kind of between stages in a dream that you've had for so long, or this wish or desire. You're kind of in the in-between stage of this thing coming to fruition. Like, you've put in a lot of hard work, but you haven't quite seen, you know, kind of that Seven of Pentacles energy, where that farmer is waiting for these crops to fully ripen before they can pick them and harvest them and be on their way. That's where I see you guys. But it's beautiful energy, because you can see these dreams, these plants of your dreams have grown fruit, and this fruit is abundant and it's thriving. It's just not quite ripe yet for most of you, is really what I'm seeing. So then we have Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. How fitting for this to come into a past life reading. I didn't even read that until just now. So I love this for you guys, because that playing small, that not wanting to step on toes, that just go with the flow, but not in a way where you're kind of directing the flow. You're just letting the flow happen to you, kind of being that victim of life that may have happened in past lives. You're done with that. Maybe even if you've kind of operated in that mentality early on in this life, or you're still kind of there in this life, this is just letting you know you will be releasing those old soul patterns. You'll be releasing those old contracts and releasing the, you know, past traumas of other lifetimes that you've lived, because you are here to do something greater. You are here to make a dream a reality. Is just, I mean, that's just been a major theme for your reading, and it just, I can't say it enough. Your dreams are valid, your dreams matter, your dreams deserve, I mean, it's almost like you are responsible to make these dreams a reality, because it's such a big thing on your heart. It's such a big piece of your soul, and why you wanted to incarnate, to see this dream come to fruition. And I think for many of you, this dream is something you may have had in multiple lifetimes, and maybe you even dream about it as you close your eyes at night, and it's just always, it's like a recurring dream for some of you, or failing at this dream may be a recurring dream for some of you, but that's not to say that you're going to fail in this endeavor. It's just that past fear leaking into this life that is a challenge for you from past lives, that, see, I tried before and failed, or, you know, I wasn't good enough to even start to begin with in that last life, so why start now? These are all challenges for you to overcome to make this dream a reality. And again, this dream is going to be different for each of you, and many of you probably have multiple different dreams that this could be pertaining to, dreams, hopes, wishes, desires, however that looks for you. So you guys, I really do hope this resonated. This was a fun pile. I really like your guys' energy, and just keep doing you, boo, and really make that dream come true, because you deserve it. The world deserves this dream to come true for you, because the world needs whatever this is you're trying to do, whether it's a business, a project, a relationship that you're striving to have, because the love and the energy that this dream for you is creating in the world is very needed, and it's going to have beautiful, amazing, lasting effects on not just you and your life and your legacy, but those around you, and then those in your greater community, and then those in the world. Like, it's just gonna ripple right out. So I really do hope this resonated. You guys will have to let me know below what you thought. I always love to read your comments and try to get back to as many of you as I can. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really truly do hope to see you back at the Den Creative. All right, bye.